Now, whenever these suspects are caught, they'll have their day in court when a judge will set bond.
Well, a new resolution filed in the state legislature this week would give judges more leeway to deny bond to suspects who are charged with violent offenses. Maria Aguilera in the newsroom tonight with that story. Maria.
Len, Mia, this isn't the first time something like this has been brought to the table. However, this time around, it's voters who could ultimately decide. Proposed legislation filed Monday at the state capitol would allow judges to deny bail to some defendants accused of a violent or sexual offense or continuous human trafficking. This constitutional amendment was authored by Republican Senator Joan Huffman and Democratic Senator Juan Hinojosa. Senator Huffman said in part this would, quote, give judges an additional tool to hold the most violent offenders in jail until their trial date. She goes on to say that communities continue to be, quote, terrorized by violent defendants out on bond, including offenders out on multiple bonds.
Every individual charged with a crime is entitled to bail in Texas by way of the Texas Constitution, except in capital offenses where proof evident is shown.
One of those exceptions is capital murder. KHOU 11 legal analyst Carmen Rose says this constitutional amendment would carve out additional exceptions where bail can be denied. Andy Kahn with Crime Stoppers of Houston says there is a benefit to giving judges discretion. He says this would help decrease crimes committed by people out on bond.
I just think it's important to give judges as many tools as possible. And when you're dealing with, that small segment, the worst of the worst, at least it'll offer them the opportunity that they don't have right now.
Others argue this takes away the presumption of innocence people have in the U.S. Jed Silverman, the president of the Harris County Criminal Lawyers Association, says there are cases of people being wrongfully accused.
Those are terrible allegations to be accused of sexual assault of a child, murder. These are horrible things to be accused of, but many times people that are innocent, that are not guilty of these offenses, are accused of these things. And that's why we have a jury system, because it's up to a jury.
So it's certainly a complicated subject with strong opinions on both sides. So Maria, what happens next with this proposal?
Well, there will be public hearings, and if it passes, it would be placed on the November ballot, and we'll follow along and let you know what happens next. Mia?